Hello there. My name is Crystal Kiko. I'm a faculty member at Los Angeles Pierce College, and I'm also a coordinator for the California Community Colleges Success Network, or 3CSN. Today, I've been invited to talk a little bit about appreciative inquiry. That's a framework that drives much of the work of IEPI. We'll talk a little bit about what it is, how it relates to your work with IEPI, and how it can be used to guide the questions for your PRT's visit. So let's get started. Appreciative inquiry, or AI, is an exploration of what gives life to systems when they function at their best. So let's face it, it's safe to say that things like strategic plans, statewide mandates, and other compliance measures, they may be necessary, but they do not in and of themselves inspire us. No, instead, it's the strengths, successes, values, hopes, and dreams of the people, the real human beings that inspire us to strive for a better way of doing things. Seen through an AI lens, colleges seem less like strategic organizations and more like small communities or villages. These communities aren't filled with robotic employees with an eye towards organizational optimization. They're filled with people who dream and hope and have voices that long to be heard. When we cultivate dialogue that affirms our successes and surfaces and connects our hopes and dreams, that's when we're inspired to strive for more. Now, this is not about ignoring challenges. It's about reframing challenges into opportunities and dreams. When we look at an organization, it's easy to see the failures and missing pieces. It's part of our DNA to constantly look for and eliminate threats. So problems are obvious, but focusing on those problems also doesn't inspire us to grow or change. The appreciative inquiry model recognizes that and challenges us to look past those problems and also see the strengths, successes, and potentiality for more greatness in any organization. AI is a cycle of inquiry that starts with discovering the best of what is. This cycle correlates perfectly with the PRT model. The first phase of the AI model is the discovery phase, and discovery is what will drive your first visit. On your first visit, you'll help the college surface and celebrate the best of what their organization has to offer. What do they do well? What successes have they had? And how can they build on those successes? The second phase of the AI model is the dreaming phase, and this correlates perfectly to that menu of options or move. In this phase, you'll help colleges dream about what's possible based on the strengths and hopes of the organization that they surfaced in the discovery phase. The third phase is the designing phase, and this is what the colleges will do for themselves with your guidance as needed. They'll take your menu of options and start designing a better future for their organization. The fourth phase is the delivery phase, and this is what you'll be helping the institution design on your second visit. What does the college plan to implement? How will they operationalize those dreams by reflecting on their first visit and on that menu of options? So this all starts with the first interview, and how you frame those questions for that interview can make a big difference. So let's talk about the kinds of questions we should be asking. Here, you see the difference between a traditional problem-based interview question and an AI question. Both questions explore similar concepts, but the AI question helps the college surface existing strengths and dream about the future. Let's take a look. The first question asks, how are you communicating enrollment management information to the campus community now? That's a fine question, but does it explore strengths or dreams? What if instead we asked, what methods of communicating enrollment management information to the campus community are working well? Now we've taken the same concept, campus-wide communication, and transformed it into a question that requires the interviewee to look for strengths and successes. Now we can take those strengths and successes and build on them to create an even better campus-wide communication plan. The second question, what are you doing to recruit traditionally underserved students, is a great question. But what if we asked it in a different way? What if instead we asked, Which departments are reaching out successfully to traditionally underserved students? And to what do you attribute their success? We take the same topic, but we instead ask real people to talk about their successes or the successes of other real people. This second question is much more likely to inspire a productive dialogue. The third question is one we hear a lot. It's the question about barriers. But what about instead of asking, what would you say are the main barriers to implementing AB 705? We asked, if AB 705 were successfully implemented on your campus, what would it look like? And are there elements of that vision on campus now? We've taken what's usually a pretty depressing topic, barriers, and turned it into an opportunity for dreaming about some possible successes. So now it's your turn to practice. Go back to that Appreciative Inquiry Session Guide, that's the yellow handout, and continue on to Activity 3 on page 7. Then I'll see you at the live training where we will review this activity and we will apply these concepts to our own client institutions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.